Well, welcome to More Than Banking, sponsored by our friends at CapEd, where, as the name implies, CapEd not only helps the Treasure Valley and beyond with personal banking, but gives back as well. We're joined today by Tanya and Anna Maria from CapEd Credit Union to tell us about their efforts to help serve the Hispanic community. Good to see you both. We all came matching today.
Yeah, we
So you got the emails that I was sending clearly to you guys.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We know how important the Hispanic community is, and how important, as you look at CapEd and your involvement with the Hispanic community, how important is it?
Super important, really.
Yes, well, they created my position. I am the Hispanic Program Coordinator at
Oh,
CapEd
awesome,
now.
amazing.
Yes, definitely. I was so excited that they created it because CapEd saw a great need to serve the Hispanic community. We do kind of, every few years, we do a market analysis of our membership, and we have seen that the Hispanic community membership has grown tremendously. With the Idaho Hispanic Commission of Affairs, they have noticed that about 230,000 people make up the population of the full 1.8 million here.
No
in
kidding.
Idaho.
Yeah. So that's amazing. So you guys have done research to find the need. What are some of those needs? When you looked at, you said market analysis, you used fancy words that I'm not familiar with. That's why you guys are doing what you do and I do what I do. But what are some of those needs that you saw within the Hispanic community that CapEd can help with?
Absolutely. Well, we recognize that, there is just this major growth within the Hispanic population, especially with those that, speak or prefer to speak only in Spanish. And so recognizing how important they are and the integral part, the role that they play in our community to continue, helping our community be successful, it's important for us to strengthen our efforts in order to help better serve these members. So we have resources, we have products that are available to them in their preferred language. And so we're actually we're excited to share about some of the extensions that we've added to our current products that we have at CapEd for our Spanish-speaking members.
Can we talk about some of those extensions? First of all, that language gap, I think, is so important because sometimes maybe the lost in translation, almost literally speaking. So what are some of those extensions you speak of?
Yeah, some of the most recent extensions we are hoping to implement really soon now is we will be offering I-10 lending to those who have I-10s instead of Social Security numbers.
Okay, yeah.
And that's not only going to help the Hispanic community, it's going to help a lot of Idaho's diverse community, since we do have a lot of people that have I-10s here in Idaho. And we actually will be offering those on our consumer loans here shortly. We will have more information on that here in April. But we reached out to the Idaho Commission of Hispanic Affairs, and they also show that the Hispanic consumer spending will be rising about 39%, and it will reach about $7.1 million here in the next year.
Say that number again?
$7.1 million.
Oh my word, that's amazing. And so what you have realized is, okay, if consumer spending going up, we need to make sure that, it's always the phrase, make your money work for you. And it sounds like that's what's important. If there's going to be money spent by the Hispanic community, we want to make sure that you check all those boxes.
Absolutely, and it goes back to CapEd's vision, which is our commitment to empowering individuals in our community and enriching our communities, to help them on their path to financial empowerment and success. So it aligns with that vision.
And this is, so this is your position. Both of you are involved in this. So this is your sole focus at CapEd, it sounds like.
Yes.
Yeah, a major part of my role is I do a lot of community involvement, especially in school, and I actually am excited to share that. Previously, we had Edward the Bookworm, our puppet reading ambassador.
I've met Edward the Bookworm. I have.
Amazing. Yeah. Since the last time you probably saw him, he has a new skill.
Okay.
So he is now bilingual.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Every year with our Read to Rise program, which encourages early literacy in elementary school students, Edward will now be able to go and read to these students, at the schools where they offer a bilingual curriculum, the opportunity to read in both English and Spanish. And he's actually debuted that already. So we've had several schools already reach out and request bilingual Edward, and it's been, successful. And I can't even describe just the happiness I see when we see the looks on kids' faces when they realize that Edward can speak to them in English and Spanish, and when Edward reads like a phrase or a word in Spanish. So it's like really, really incredible to just see that excitement on there, and it just, it solidifies just how important it is to have that bilingual option there for schools. as well.
Yeah, because it feels, it makes you, give you that warm comfort of the feeling.
definitely.
So
Definitely.
where can people watching this and saying, okay, I want to get involved, where can people go for more information, and what would their next steps be, would you say?
They could go directly to our website, capedcu.com. We actually offer a microsite right there where they could view the resources in Spanish directly.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So that's another step we took to help them as well.
And that's wonderful. Thank you
And-
both for all you.
Oh,
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
Yeah. No, go ahead, please.
We also offer e-banking in Spanish that's available to those that prefer it in the Spanish language. And then for our Read to Rise program, we'll officially be promoting bilingual Edward in the next coming school year. So schools, teachers, they will be able to go to capedcu.com and either search Edward's page or under school resources, they'll be able to find that information on how to book bilingual Edward.
Well, thank you both for this, and let's get bilingual Edward here in studio sometime.
Absolutely.
I would love to see it. It's been too long since I've seen it.
It has been.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Well, coming up later on in the show, there's a lot of things that are safe for humans, but not so safe for our furry friends. We're joined by Dr. Jenny Norman and Rocco to learn about home remedies that may be not the best for our pets. So stay with us. That and more coming up on Idaho Today.